Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for September 26th, 2025. We've got base, prosperity, and seaside today. Very early days of Dominion Kingdom, notwithstanding that we've got a couple of 2E cards. So we got Chapel Trashing, which looks extra important in the face of Witch. Got Witch and Rabble as the draw. There's also Watchtower and then Activated City. Tide Pools is not net draw, but you could try to do a thing where you play one or two Tide Pools probably doesn't really work, but one Tide Pools and then playing a Watchtower at the start of your next turn. Problem is you gotta find the Watchtower and the deck doesn't otherwise super lend itself to draw to X, I don't think. I guess we'll get back to that in a second, but yeah, anyway, plus actions, City, Throne Room, and then gains. So this is part of the reason that I say this. The payload looks very much like just treasures. There's Bandit and there's Bureaucrat. And those both gain you treasures, and then that's it. Double Activated City will give you plus buy. But although the curses I certainly expect to run, I don't really see an easy second pile to run. And even if, we both gain enough cities to make that a threat, actually getting that last city and turning on the opponent's plus buy is basically never going to make sense, because you're never going to be able to take advantage of that here. You're going to be stuck on your one buy, and your opponent, giving your opponent even a second buy, let alone however many they would get, just basically can't be correct. So yeah. With that having been said, so obviously we're going to want to open Chapel. The question is, what else do we want to open? Anything that we collide with Chapel is going to be is not going to be doing anything. So terminal collision isn't really a thing to worry about. That being said, I don't know that opening with a terminal makes too much sense anyway, as opposed to just opening Chapel Silver. It gives us a outside shot at being able to hit Witch early, which seems like a good thing if it does happen. Okay, I guess we'll just take another silver. There is some merit to taking Warehouse here, I think. But yeah, I think for now we'll take another silver. Okay, well, that'll be a Witch and a bottom decked Chapel. If we didn't have the silver in this hand, I would probably play the Chapel, but we do. So I'm gonna play the Witch, and I guess I'm gonna take a city. All right, now I'm taking a Warehouse. We draw that Chapel dead. Okay. Should probably be another city before we grab another Witch. I'm thinking. Hooray, we can trash some cards, although still not 4 of them. Throne Tide Pools, oh my. Oy, okay. We do have another city down there, though. So we're going to have City Witch coming up here. So I think I'm taking another Witch. It's worth asking, do we still have 5 coins in our deck? And I'm quite confident the answer is yes. We've only trashed like 2 coppers. Oh, come on. How are we losing the curse split with how this... Jesus. If we see the chapel... Oh, gosh. I mean, the odds are that we won't. Well, is that even true? It's actually 50-50, at least. Because we got the witch that we could also see. Oh, boy. If we top deck silver, we're going to want to be able to buy City or Bandit. I'm not entirely sure which. If we top deck Chapel, obviously we will want to have just discarded all of our treasure and just trashed 2 estates, 2 curses. If we top deck Witch, then the odds are that we will draw Chapel. It's not guaranteed. So it's not quite 50% to draw the Chapel, I guess. It's a little less. We draw a silver. We don't need both coppers. So I think the play here is to discard 1 copper and the 2 estates. And kind of... Alright, well, that sucks. What really sucks is that, like, the bot has 1 throne room and 1 witch. It got the witch later than we got ours, and yet it has given us more curses. Like, unreasonable. I guess 1 more silver is probably fine. Jesus Christ! This is... Oh, God! Unbelievable. I don't think we even play this witch. Because we got multiple cities down there. This is fucking stupid. I cannot believe this. I mean, it's really all down to bottom decking the chapel, but... Fuck. We lost the curse split like 7-3 when we had 2 witches in our deck and the bot had 1. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna throne the warehouse? I mean, not really. Great. Fuck. This is both of our cities, too! I should have thrown the warehouse, I guess. Why didn't I think about that? Oh, man. You're so losing this game. We really need... Oh, God. This is all of our silver. So down there we have 2 witches and like 3 coppers or some shit. Fuck. Yeah, I should have thrown the warehouse. I mean, the odds were pretty good that I found a witch. That was kind of what I was figuring on, right? Find a witch, and then I thrown the witch, and then I... But no, no. Do we just have to... I think we just have to do this. I guess we actually have a curse down there. Oh my god, we have 3 curses down there. Apparently we're a lot further along with trashing our coppers than I realized. I think I do want to trigger this shuffle, just because it's bad. Yeah, the bot has no curses. Like, it just so fucked. Good news is it's not doing anything, like, terribly impressive with its lead. Okay, so we discard 3, and then we can throw in the witch and draw it all back up anyway. Finally, time for a bandit. What? What the fuck? What is this draw? Oh my god. I don't think there's any way we want to throw in the bandit. I guess we'll just throw in the city. I mean, it is worth noting that if we throw in the bandit, we're more likely to get the bot out of range to be able to hit province. So I guess we can consider it. We do have a second throne room. I mean, we can't afford it. Yeah, I think I am going to throw in it. Got one of their golds. All right. Now we can delete some silvers. Should we delete all the silvers? Quite possibly. Oh my god. Like, why? The actual fuck? Oh my god. I guess we're taking a city. I mean, we could take a duchy, but no. I think I do want to throw in the bandit again. Even if I end up trashing another gold, I think it's worth it. I say that, but what is this card? It's another city. Okay, yeah, so that's totally fine. Got a silver, that's probably not enough, but... Chapel 2 golds? Hmm. There's definitely an argument for having a little bit of extra gold, but we are more likely to draw if we don't. I think I'm gonna go with this. I don't know if hitting their silver is going to be enough to stop them from provincing this turn. We'll see. I haven't tracked that carefully what they've got. Okay. So no, it wasn't this turn, but this turn... That probably will. I mean, I don't... I trashed like I trashed 2 golds of my own, and we trashed 2 of theirs. We have 5. Well, they have 1 gold left. How much silver do they have left? There's 5 in the trash. Yeah, they cannot buy province. right, so they buy duchy. The thing is, so now we don't even bother to play the bandit. As well do that. What do we have down here? A witch warehouse. It'd be nice to leave the warehouse on top. Wait, I should double check that they've trashed all their copper. Yeah, okay. It's, yeah, which warehouse province? Having a one province that we can discard to the warehouse is already kind of good. I think I'm gonna just... The other thing is, should we play the bandit? Like, for this specific turn, coming turn, all we need to do is line up 3 golds. So having more golds in the deck is probably better than not. I wonder if there's an argument for chappeling the witch. Like, we already have 1 on top. If we don't find a city... I don't know. It's all hard to say. I think I will double play the bandit. Oh, we got their silver. I wasn't even thinking, but that's... yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave that there. See, this is why I was saying maybe we should chapel the witch. It'll probably be fine. I mean, for one thing, they're now, like, so far away from being able to hit province. Well, okay, we got there. Well, I complained, but in the end, the bot just didn't play the board properly, so it didn't matter that we fell behind early. I mean, obviously, I did make at least one mistake that I specifically called out. So, like, not to say that I played it perfectly and merely got unlucky at the beginning, but I do think I got unlucky at the beginning. Bottom decking the chapel was pretty bad, and even though I hit the witch, then having them collide, like, even if I'd chosen to chapel there, which I don't think would have been correct. Like, we had no estates in hand, and we would only trash 2 cards. But also, like, even if we had more stuff to trash and had chosen to trash, it's like, oh, you got the witch, but then you don't play it, and so you might as well not have. In fact, it's a dead card in the deck if you collide it there. So, like, that was a really bad early draw, and even then, like, we still should have at least been expected to win the curse split, and we didn't. But ultimately, like, I think I didn't really call attention to it at the beginning. But you do kind of have to play with Bandit here, because otherwise you might just not have any money. And this is actually pretty reminiscent of yesterday's daily, because yesterday there were knights, and I fell further behind on the provincing, but there were, like, that kingdom had, like, gains and things. So, like, it wasn't like, oh, now I'm gonna have to single province to catch up. So it was a little bit of a different situation, but the bot ignored the knights, and then the knights eventually just deleted its deck. Here, obviously, we didn't delete the deck, we just deleted the treasures, but that, did, of course, eventually mean that the bot couldn't province, and thus, even if it had a points lead at some point, it wasn't going to be able to close it out. And maybe we had to get a little bit lucky to get to that point. But, like, because we did need to see the treasures if it happened to have enough treasure in its hand, and then we couldn't trash enough of it. But of course, the odds are that that wouldn't be the case. Yeah, there was a point where the bot bought gold the first time, and it should have bought a bandit. And I was thinking, That was, like I said something to the effect of, well, it's not doing much with its lead. Wait, when did it buy the first gold? Is it that long ago? It was. Hold on. All right. So it goes Chapel Silver, and then it buys the Tide Pools, which is a little weird, but I guess I can kind of see it on 4 early, where you're like, well, I don't want a Throne Room yet. That doesn't do anything. I mean, I would probably just take another silver, but anyway, I think okay, it did get a Throne Room before it had, like, all it had. What is this Throne Room doing? It's shuffling with it. I mean, I guess you could throw in the Tide Pools, but then and then here, yeah, this is such bullshit. It has it. Oh, it thrown. Wait, no, sorry. It thrown the Tide Pools. It did throw the Tide Pools, not the Witch. Okay, I thought I thought this was the turn where it had thrown the Witch, and it had like managed to get the Witch, shuffle, play Tide Pools, and then thrown the Witch. But no, okay, that's whatever. That's fine. But then it did manage to find its Witch, despite not getting to see any cards in its deck the next turn. And then the next turn, it managed to play its 1 city, and then its 1 Throne Room, and its 1 Witch. This was the stuff where I was like, this is ridiculous. But anyway, that was not what I wanted to look at. When did it buy the gold? So it got like a second Witch, like after all of the curses had run, which is just like, this should just be a rabble if that's what if you want terminal draw. But okay. Yeah, and then this is the part. So this is where it got the first gold, I guess. Oh, it bought the second gold after I had already played the Bandit and trashed something from its deck. That's right. Okay. But yeah, this is when I said something like, well, at least it's not doing much with its lead or something like that. And that was because, like, this should just absolutely be a Bandit. No question. Yeah, so then it gets the Province. This is like all the money in its deck. We play Bandit, we trash one of their silver. They can't Province, and then buys another gold. Play Bandit again, trash the gold. And now it has to buy another gold. This time we have a dud, so then it gets to be able to Province. And then we trashed the silver, which I think turned out was enough. No, it wasn't enough yet. Then we trash a gold, and now they can't Province, and they get a duchy, and then okay, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So yeah, that's like the turning point, is when it bought gold rather than Bandit. I mean, I'm assuming the reasoning was like, oh, if I buy the gold, I can hit Province, whereas if I get the Bandit, then I have to play the Bandit, gain the gold, draw the gold, and then I can hit Province. But yeah, well, first of all, they probably could have done that. They probably had the deck control for it. But also, like, even if they didn't, it's just, you're gonna need to not like end up in the situation that they did end up in. So yeah, anyway, well, there you have it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.